Sorry, we are having this problem because every scientific tool is getting paid except for some features, and this is, you will also feel in few days that you can't pay to 50 different tools and softwares as a student, especially when your institutes are not supporting you in less developed countries. So this is the problem that we actually come across. So I think most of you have joined. Welcome, madam. You have missed the first session, but that was a general introduction. So we were discussing the literature search in PubMed, and we will continue it. Should we continue? We have very less time. So I will share the screen with you guys, and we will go to the screen. So we were discussing how to search on PubMed, and there are 3 ways to searching the PubMed. This was our okay. I said there are 3 ways of searching. One was a simple. You can type anything here, like you can write about heart failure in diabetes with metformin versus diet alone. If you are searching our PICO for outcomes of heart failure in patients with diabetes, those taking metformin versus those taking diet alone. For example, we are searching a simple phrase here in. See, it is giving us just one result, found one result. Now, for example, just modify it and take with heart failure with diabetes. Only with metformin. And we come across a lot of studies. This is the number 719,787. Just modifying a single word, we have found nearly 800 results. But this is not the good way. You can't search for scientific literature like this. If you are just going for simple reading, this is okay. We have 2 options. One is to use the Boolean operators. Boolean operators are the terms. There are 3 types of the terms that are called Boolean operators. What are those Boolean operators? Boolean operators are the 3 words: and, or, and not. Remember these words. These are called the Boolean operators. These Boolean operators are used in PubMed most commonly, but you can also and or not. These Boolean operators are used in PubMed, in Google Scholar, in Cochrane, and many other softwares. Remember, most of your databases, softwares, even AI tools, they use these operators for the literature search. Now, how to use them? What does that mean? Just be specific. I'm writing in full abbreviation. T2, type 2 diabetes mellitus, and heart failure. Again, I'm using and metformin and diet. See, I have used all my 4 PICO words: type 2 diabetes mellitus, heart failure, metformin, diet. That means our population, which population we want to see, our outcome, our intervention, and our control group. And let's search. See, it is giving us just 10 results. That will be quite easy to look into these 10 studies and see if they can be used in our systematic review or meta-analysis. Here are these 10 studies. You can open any of these and read that. I'm not going in that detail. I'm just making you guys to understand how these Boolean operators work and how you will search. This and means you are separating these two terms, any two terms. When you are separating two terms, like I'm separating this to type 2 diabetes mellitus and heart failure, this means these are separate terms. And again and this metformin, again this and this diet. So this is how I put and to separate all these terms. That means it will retrieve all the studies that have mentioned these 4 terms in their titles. Second is word is or. How can I use or? Or now guys see, in when you will go for a literature search in PubMed and other, there is not only a single term for a particular word or a concept. Like there is diabetes, you can simply write diabetes, you can say diabetes mellitus, you can say type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, insulin dependent, insulin independent. They are different terms because every author, every study uses different terms to define their research. Not necessarily for every diabetes related research you will see this type 2 diabetes mellitus. So that is why if our goal is to only look for type 2 diabetes mellitus, what I will do, I will write this T2DM. It is a abbreviation of type 2 diabetes mellitus, and I will now separate it with R. R I will write full type 2 diabetes mellitus. One more or insulin independent diabetes. That's also a name of type 2 diabetes mellitus. So now I have given it 3 different names of the similar entity. Sorry, this has been some mistake. Type 2 diabetes, T2DM in form of abbreviation, in form of full name. Type 2 diabetes are insulin independent. Similarly, what I will do another thing. Now, this is a whole different concept, diabetes. So I have searched for 3 terms, related terms, but now I have separated them with or. Or means they are similar terms, similar concept but with different keywords. Purpose is not to miss any study, to get more and more related studies. Now, here are another concept. Now, diabetes and heart failure, they are separate things. Yes, separate entities. So now I have put and between them, between diabetes and heart failure, I have put an end because they are separate terms. But again, I want to explore more on this heart failure. Like, okay, this is heart failure is the basic concept. I'm putting another R with heart failure and giving a abbreviation of heart failure, which is also common in literature. You will find it. HF. HF also means systolic heart failure. Now I have given two terms for heart failure. R you can say, or systolic heart failure. That's a common. Systolic heart failure is common. Again, and separating heart failure from metformin. Metformin is a separate entity, and your heart failure is a separate entity. So we are separating these two concepts from each other using the Boolean term and. Now, for metformin, I can also use an or. For example, which group does metformin belong to? Biguanides. You must have read in your medical school this. Metformin is from the group biguanides. Like we have different groups, insulin, we have DPP4 inhibitors and other drugs. So another or to just, though biguanides is not commonly used in literature. I'm leaving, okay, we are adding diet. And we are adding, for example, I'm adding dish diet. Dish is a type of diet. You will find many diet types: Mediterranean diet, keto diet, or for example, say keto is famous, especially among obese people. They use this keto diet to weight loss. We are using term keto. And now let's run a search. See guys, we have this nearly more than 8,000 results for this term. You can go across this. These are your results. There are a lot of results. There are a lot of results. Ketogenic diet. Okay, doesn't mean that whatever you have entered, it will give you specific. It will give you every study that includes one of these terms. For example, this study, say it is talking about metformin, about NASH, and diet. It does not mention anything about diabetes. It's not looking at diabetes. It's looking some non-alcoholic liver disease. It's not. See, this is like it is. So I'm surprised there are too many results on keto diet. Okay, can be a good topic. There are too many studies on keto. Wow. So is this or and clear? How to use this and or? And is to separate two different concepts. Or means using multiple terms for the same concept. Yes, yes. I hope this concept is clear. Okay, now in this same term, for example, I'm using a third Boolean operator. Let's say third Boolean operator was not. How? When I said then you are using and means you are separating two concept. Or means you are using different terms related to the same concept. Purpose is to increase the accessibility, to access more and more familiar papers, because we don't want to miss any related potential paper or study. That's why we are using all the terms that are used for a single term. Like I used, you can use type 2 diabetes mellitus, insulin independent diabetes mellitus, like that. Now, for example, I have written here T2DM, type 2 or insulin. I'm adding one thing more here. I'm using not T1DM. Now see, I have made it more specific to PubMed that I'm looking for type 2 diabetes mellitus. I have used three different common terms used for type 2 diabetes mellitus. And now I'm making it specific that not T1DM. Now I will use multiple terms for type 1 diabetes. Like I have separated whole my first P, that is the population group, not I want type 2 diabetes population, but specifically not type 1. I can now write multiple words for this type 1, like T1DM or type 1 diabetes mellitus. Adding one more or insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Now I have used all the common terms for type 1 diabetes mellitus, T1DM, type 1 diabetes, and insulin independent, separating them with or, but I have used the third Boolean term not between my this C, T2DM or type 2 diabetes mellitus, again, or insulin independent, but I'm making it specific to uh, PubMed that not, I do not want any study related to type 1 diabetes in my research. And just now running a search. I'm leaving heart failure in my intervention because in type 1 we will not use metformin. You can do use the diet in both. Again, there's similar sort of results. That means our first search that was quite specific enough to exclude type 1. This is just for example to you. You can separate this as well. I'm looking for the effect of diet, but not specifically keto diet. That's quite keto diet is very difficult to follow. You will just make yourself hungry all the time and you will not eat anything. So not keto. I'm asking it for to look for those studies of type 2 diabetes and related with heart failure in different patients, those who are using metformin and those who are using diet, but not those who are in keto diet. I'm separating it with not keto. So there were 6,000 results for keto only. See, only nearly 2.5 thousand, or you can say 2,400 results are there. Here it is. It is showing us only 2,400 results. So now this is just search. You are putting your keywords. By the way, I told you all that when you are doing anything, you are searching, you are literature searching, you are drawing, everything you're doing, please make a separate word file and keep noting your method. Like today is the date. I hope this is 18, whatever the date is. On this, what we did, we searched PubMed. Okay, what we did, what were our keywords? You will use your keywords like I have used these words. Then you will search strategy. You will just copy paste it. Copy paste this whole search strategy. You will copy this search strategy and you will, okay, you will paste here in the word pipe. On 18, we search PubMed with these keywords. This was our search strategy. You will have to mention it in your manuscript. You will, in methodology, this whole term. And you will see that initially we found, okay, some 7,000 results. Okay, then you will use an other term that like I have modified this search strategy. With every single modification, you will again copy and paste that search strategy and write its results 2000. And here you will write that, okay, it was without any filters. We didn't use any filters. Or you can say any inclusion, exclusion criteria. Now this is how it is. Now one more thing. Is it clear up to this? I'm going fast because of lack of time and because of our Zoom free subscription. It is hampering a lot. Yes, good. Yes. Please write in chat box so I be confident that you guys are understanding. We will discuss this more, and I will also send you some sources to revise this. Okay. Now one thing. There are 2000 results. There are too many. But look at here. Come at the left corner of this PubMed. Here you have filters. This is telling you that 2000 or more results from 1959 up till this 2024 of everything related to this key term. We do not need this 70, 80 years data. I'm only looking for the data of last 5 years. Say, for example, I'm moving it to 2019. This is the first filter. You will use it. I'm looking at the data from only last 5 years. For example, see from 2.5, we have only just 530 results now. 2000 results have been excluded because you have set a certain limit to your study. This is a methodology. Whatever I am doing, note whatever I am doing, this is your methodology. Methodology will, like, this is your methodology section is being written. This is your methodology. It comes first. And when you are doing these things by yourself, you will write your methodology section 110% confidently. Because now you will see in my word paper, I'd say, okay, with following filters, last 5 years only, how much was my results? Just only 500 studies. And likewise, for example, now what I'm doing, I'm writing a systemic review of only clinical trials. For example, I want to recommend recording tomorrow's meeting to be held on Microsoft Teams since it allows up to 1 hour free meeting. Okay, Mutaz, that's a really good suggestion. We can do that, and we will come on to it in chat box in our WhatsApp group. Good suggestion. That's we are very intelligent people here. For example, I will only work. I only need my RCTs. I need data on only RCTs. This was the data of everything: RCTs, reviews, systematic reviews, books, anything else. See, when I said that I need results from only my RCTs, here different article types. I've clicked on this RCT. You can click on any of this. You will learn all these when you do give time to this thing. I only need RCTs of last 5 years for this PICO, and see this, only 65. I think now it will be more easy to curate results from these 65 studies and look at them. Okay, I'm still, you will add it here. Which filter? 5 years plus only RCTs. This is your methodology is being written. Remember this. Keep doing this thing. Oh, I don't believe it. Just I'm telling you what I do. Second thing, okay, I want to add something more here. What I will add. For example, I say that you have also filter here for last 5-10 years, how you can do consumer. Okay, for example, I want some additional filters. Let's see. Okay, I have added this observational study. Sometimes this observational study option is not in here, and there are different other filters. You can go for these additional filters option here, and you see they have a lot of additional I have this observational checked because previously I had not this included there. For example, you want to add this clinical conferences as well, though they are not recommended. You will take it here, show, and that will be shown here in your this order of a list of filters, and you can apply this. This is how we set our inclusion exclusion criteria in research. Now, this Boolean operator method is that I told you simply here in the this search box of Google, this is PubMed, is actually known as the advanced research. Yes, you guys have learned the advanced research, how this is like that. This is the advanced search box. And look at, this is your search term. You will search your keyword similarly that I did just before. What we have done before, you will do similar things here. You will write everything here. You will use Boolean operators here. Further, what in terms of advanced, okay, you want to search it by all fields. You are looking for a certain particular author. You are looking for results in books only. You are looking for these results by publication date wise. And there are many things, journal wise. These are different. Okay, you want to see your keywords and Kiko based on only title abstract, that whatever keywords you have entered in your research term, it should be included in the title and abstract of the paper. That means that you are commanding PubMed to, okay, show me the results or the studies that includes my keywords in their titles. So you can do it from here. For example, I'm typing here heart failure, BOOLEAN from, and I'm doing it quickly just to make you guys understand. You can do everything that I did before. It was advanced search. For example, I'm asking, okay, one thing that you can hear from me, you can add Boolean operators from here directly. I said heart failure and add with, sorry, add with end. This is one. Heart failure and diabetes mellitus. This is how you're doing. You are doing metformin, adding with, okay, I'm separating it with end. Now I'm using bigonites. I don't remember the spelling. Bigonite, but bigonite is then other term for metformin. It is a group of metformin. So I will not use end because it's not separate entities. Bigonites and metformin are same. I will use or. And diet, I will use diet with and. For example, I'm eating keto. Keto is a type of diet. So I will add it with or. And now I will add my type 1 diabetes mellitus with not. You can here run your search. Okay, we know we're meeting will end in 10 minutes. You can search. Our filters are clicked, so it is showing you as the filtered results. If I say clear all, see, okay, they see this, that whole advanced search strategy has been written here. The similar thing we did before. That comes from here advanced. So these are the just 1000 results with your filters. If I'm clearing these all filters, it is showing me 36,000 results. See, from 1930, oh, from last 95 years. I'm just making it to last, for say 7 years. It is showing me just 8,000. So from 36,000 to 8,000. So come here and see the sources. Look at this term mesh. You must have heard this medical subject heading word mesh. Mesh is also third kind of search strategy in PubMed. Mesh is actually a collection of terms. Like I told you to use multiple terms for the similar concept, that is called as a mesh. Like for example, in mesh strategy, will write your diabetes here and you will search for diabetes. Okay, now it is telling you that different terms related to diabetes that are stored in the PubMed. Diabetes mellitus, diabetes insipidus, they are different terms. Diabetes complications, diabetes insipidus, so various terms. Diabetes type 1, experimental, diabetes LADA. Okay, so for example here, I just want diabetes mellitus. Now it is asking you, do you want to include anything else with the diabetes? Blood, CSF, diagnostic imaging, economics, mortality data, anything you can add here, pathology, pathophysiology, you can add these things. For example, I'm adding, okay, I'm adding mortality here with, if you are not adding in these other things, then we'll simply say, okay, we do not any of these filters, restrict to mesh major. Our major term is diabetes, restrict to it, and here in this bar you will add that term. Give me 1 second. Nothing. Fundamentally, okay. Okay, so this is how your mesh works. Second term is heart failure. Heart failure. So again, there are different terms for heart failure. Diastolic, systolic, whatever you want. I just want heart failure. And I do not want anything. I just want to say, okay, restrict to major mesh term. Add to search builder. See, there's an end automatically. You can use Boolean terms. Almost a similar thing is being happening. You can add more words. Run a search. Okay, it's same. Everything is same. You have got your mesh strategy. If you're doing a long mesh strategy, you will again copy paste it and save into your word box. You have these same results. You can modify any of your filters. Similar. So ultimately, purpose is, message is that Boolean terms. Learn this Boolean terms. You will find it everywhere. Ultimately, that Boolean operators are working. They are either joining different concept or separating different concept from each other while performing the search to be more and more specific. We have to follow any one strategy, right? Okay, Dr. Fatma, see that we are initial stages. We will use different search strategies until we reach a final search strategy that has answered our question and that has given us the most of specific results. Our final version, we will use that strategy. And So in Heather, common database is a Google Scholar, but not as specific as PubMed or others. Here you will also use the similar things. You have to use articles. This is your my profile alerts. Okay, here also you can go for advanced search. See, this is advanced search option of Google Scholar. In the basic Google Scholar, you can search with the similar Boolean operators that we did in PubMed, eyelid transplantation and type 1 diabetes. But if I am separate this eyelid transplantation with and type 1 diabetes and not mortality, and we will give you results. I said that Google Scholar is not specific, so it will give you results millions. It's giving you many results. Okay, but you can restrict it to here, since anytime custom range, you can put your own time limit, 2016 to 2023. Okay, so from 36 to 20,000 results. Any type of article, review article, we are using any type. Further, you can go for this advanced search here, and here it is asking you find your results, but in advance it is giving you certain options, but I said it's not that specific. Okay, it is asking with all of the words. Are you looking for studies that includes all of these words, or your search terms are with exact phrase, which one exact phrase you want studies? For example, I'm saying that studies that use strictly this type 1 diabetes mellitus with at least one of the words eyelid, for example, without the words type 2 diabetes mellitus, for example. I'm not looking for anything for type 2. And where my words occur, whatever your keywords is asking where they should occur. They should occur in anywhere in article or the title. I'm saying no, I do not want this. I want only the studies in which my keywords are appearing in title, because anywhere in article and you will lose everything. Here you can write certain specific author name, that I want study on this topics from this author, if there's a renowned author who has done so many studies for a particular thing. Published in, you can say any good any journal. For example, I'm writing it you can say New England Journal of Medicine. In this I want on this is your date, and you can search here, for example.